Hello there, everybody. Hopefully you're able to hear us all right. This is Maridah.
And I'm Maridah.
And we're here just kind of doing some fun, creative stuff this Friday. Next week is going to be pretty big with us. And a lot of folks from WarpPortal heading over to E3 2015 over in downtown Los Angeles.
Yes. We will be there Tuesday. And we will be filming.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be putting together a video for you all to see, but in the meantime, you know, it's just kind of a relatively quiet Friday. We're happy to announce that we've gotten most of the people who were having disconnection issues fixed on Thor's server.
Jello is actually not with us on the stream, but we have her drawings going on
Yeah,
in
she's
the lower
working
corner.
on getting the drawings finished and colored up for a shirt that we'll be happy to announce in the not too distant future.
Yes, so that's what's going on in the corner with Photoshop. That is her drawing for our new shirts. So yeah, we've got a couple things going on. This is kind of like a showcase of us crafting. If we could fit Heimdallr in here, we could get him making knots. That's what was discussed.
I mean, that's always fun. You know, it's like Boy Scout training. So yeah, what I've got here is this is SketchUp. It's a kind of an easy 3D modeling software. You can make all kinds of basic shapes pretty easily with squash and stretch. So yeah, if you guys have requests, I will try to horribly make the things within reason that are being suggested.
Yeah, no adult content, but yeah, try and keep it PG and
keep it NC-17, and I think that'll be for the best. No adult content on Twitch. That's kind of
yeah. We're not allowed to do that, so we won't be making any. So yeah, and I'll be working on. I think today I want to make the elbow pieces for swordsman. So, because I was already kind of working on the other parts of the armor last week. Haven't made any progress because I haven't had time to work on it, but that's what today's for. So we'll see how far I get on the elbow pieces. Yeah, Heim is busy watching over everything right now. So, but maybe sometime we'll get him in here to join us crafting some stuff. That would be kind of fun.
Oda's voice is a little bit low. Let's see.
Well, it looks like the microphone's all the way up. Maybe if we turn down the music a bit?
Turn down the music a little bit.
Oh, I forgot a pencil. That would really help me. Alright.
Do you think you get through here?
Yeah, I can get through. I can actually sit.
Oh, okay.
I don't lose my shoes in the process.
Create LA. Okay. That is definitely something that I can attempt here. Well, let me see. We've kind of got a weird setup going on here. Yeah, Los Angeles is a city that is near and dear to my heart. Let's see if I can find a good picture of So, what are you guys planning to do on the weekend? Let us know. We want to, if not spy on you, we want to know what our players are up to. Kind of like, are you guys looking forward to doing dungeon runs or War of Imperium? So yeah, what do we got here? We've got...
Don't you want to start with something like a pouring? Get into the city building here?
Well, we can make a giant pouring.
I think that we should have a giant pouring attacking LA. How about that?
Well, let's see. This is downtown. Some stoner sis just chilling East Frontera before our Bio Labs run. Well, let's see. For Los Angeles, I guess. Let's start a new sheet right here.
Man, that sounds pretty good. A weekend sitting around eating food. That is...
Yeah.
Fioro says that. I would love that. Thinking. I don't know how big I need to make these. My elbows aren't that big.
Well, to get started with building, I think you have to start with some tall buildings, a large road.
You know, Bashiri wants you to make pouring cupcakes.
Pouring cupcakes. You have to do
I think cookies would be maybe a bit better.
Well, cupcakes are doable. Let's see.
This is going to be one really strange thing that you're making. Do I want this to be 5 inches?
Well, let's start with the base of the cupcake here. We're going to have a
It does look pretty easy to do.
yeah, so we're going to have the what do you call it? Like the base? I guess the cup
Yeah.
of the cupcake. We're going to start that off here. And so this is probably about the size of the Staples Center.
So yeah, the Nokia Theater is no longer the Nokia. It's Microsoft. Super weird.
Well, it actually kind of makes sense because Microsoft already has sort of, Ballmer, who was the head of Microsoft, is now the owner of the Clippers. So there's kind of that history there.
Yeah, it just seems kind of strange that, cause that just since it's been there, it's been the Nokia. So it's gonna take a while for me to adjust the new name. How do I even want to do this? I need more caffeine before I start this stuff.
Well, so what you're working on kind of like the bracers, right?
I'm working on the elbow part, so the elbow guard, whatever that would be referred to. I'm not sure, but. So yeah, if you guys are interested in what JelloShaker's drawing, Buttercup actually took the footage and she cut it into a short 2-minute film that's going to go up on YouTube pretty soon. And it's cute. You can see the whole thing coming together. It's very adorable.
I mean, it's always really cool to see, creativity while it's happening. I love seeing all these streams with people, drawing stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
That's kind of what I put on in the background when I just have an extra screen open. I just load up somebody on here in the creative section just making something, because it's pretty cool to see other people's process. You can learn a lot from it. Even if you're not really there to learn, it's just kind of nice and soothing.
We're all about being soothing here. We all talk in very peaceful, quiet voices. There's not a lot of shouting that goes on here in the WarpPortal office. So,
unfortunately, because couldn't that be fun and exciting if everybody was screaming all the time?
I mean, since we do work on the internet, you kind of have to keep up that reputation.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here really wants to hear yelling. Especially our support team. They're probably like, enough yelling.
It's like, we know what that sounds like.
We experience a lot of all caps. Alright. I don't know if this pattern's going to work out. I'm just kind of trying some stuff. Which is usually how it goes when I'm patterning anything for armor. It's just kind of trial and error.
Yeah, the best GF ever says she is getting some of my friends to make their first Ragnarok characters ever.
Cool.
This weekend. Very cool.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, and you know, it's always kind of cool to see like what people's first reactions are of it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, because you know everybody had to start out somewhere.
I mean, yeah, my first exposure to it was working here, so. Alright, let's see if this works. I should have brought tape. I really didn't think this through. Yeah, one of our other players is asking about your leveling spots. Do you guys have like a game plan of where you're gonna take them? Hopefully it won't go like how the Game Grumps playing WoW did. So, I don't know if you saw any of that.
No, that sometimes goes pretty bad.
Yeah, the first episode of that is out, and yeah. I mean, it's all trumped up for TV, but it's pretty funny. Just because people who've never played an MMO going into an MMO.
Not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Especially if you're trying to wrangle your friends, because your friends will troll you worse than anybody else in the whole world. So it's kind of like that. Yeah, it looks relatively like what I'm aiming for. Should get some paper clips so I can hold this together. I will be back because I obviously did not come prepared for this.
Yeah, I'm just building out the superstructure, the pouring here. Peon Caves. I mean, you know what? Everybody's got to kind of start off in Peon Caves. Like that's just the way it works. It's just kind of like when you're starting off in Oro, it's definitely one of the places where everybody kind of goes through there when they're just getting started in the game. No, I've got this all lined up.
Right, dice to the rescue. All of my supplies. My desk.
So it's kind of interesting. YouTube has, I think they're getting their crazy like video game streaming stuff started.
Yeah, that's causing a little bit of a buzz right now. But as a lot of people have pointed out, Twitch's community, it's been built, so it's a little bit harder to go up against something that's already established. It's kind of the problem that Google Plus had with Facebook, that when you've already got an established large group of people using a service, even if you can entice them away with a few good features, it better be like light years better for them, or they're not going to make the jump.
Well, I mean, the issue that we have is like archiving. How's that going to work? Like, I mean, certainly Twitch is kind of bad for that. Like, we haven't had the best experience of just trying to keep our
stuff up.
Yeah.
Well, they do have that feature that if you're a paid Twitch user, your videos are saved for 60 days, which I think for a lot of streamers is sufficient. They just take like their highlights off and you use that on YouTube. So I don't know if that'll be quite enough for everyone to make the leap, but companies might. We might see like larger companies making a transition. So here's my basic shape for the pieces here for the elbow. It works. It's not very fancy, but add to it.
Okay, let's get some eyes on this point.
This is one very square pouring right now. Is there a way for you to smooth it out? Add more?
There probably is. There we go, look at that.
I like it. Yeah, some people criticized Twitter early on, thinking that it wouldn't survive, but the difference with Twitter and social media is that it provides something that others don't through its simplicity. So it has a niche of its own. Usually when you have two services that are very, very similar, and one's already been established for quite a while, another one comes up to challenge it, it's much harder for them. Yeah, Google had some good ideas with the whole putting people into circles, but there were a lot of decisions that they made that they kind of like forced choices on people. I know personally there were a lot of things about it that I just felt like, wow, this doesn't really have my privacy in mind, so I didn't end up liking it. Plus, I really didn't like how they integrated Google Plus in with YouTube. That's kind of a complicated mess, especially if you have to manage multiple different accounts.
Yeah, Google Plus is probably kind of a, that was sort of the, well, I guess Google can do wrong.
Yeah, oh definitely, any company can. None are infallible. It's just, I think that it was such a high profile thing because it had been touted as the thing that was going to bring down this giant Facebook, and then it didn't. Okay, so that basic shape is there. And
So we're going to have the pouring cupcake available on Shapeways. If you guys want to purchase it, you know, you guys can get it at a really good price. Care of Oda at hotmail.nl. I'm operating in the Netherlands now, tax reasons. Don't look around the backside. There's nothing going on there.
Hey, it's an amphitheater. It's like you can build some stadium seating there, and yeah.
The pouring
This is our plans for the LA Live
really
area.
cool,
Look at that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So
We
you
got
kind of push it in a little bit. You
some stage space.
A stage. Look at this. Eat that, LA Convention Center. We've already got your next one built. Actually, they do need to replace LA Convention Center. It is antiquated.
Yeah, you know, the weird thing is they've got so many levels to it that rarely get used, except for like the LA Auto Show. And
Well, you know, auto show. Yeah, that's some pretty important stuff on there.
yeah, I mean, if you like cars. Or, you know, you're like me and I just don't care as long as it gets me from one place to another.
Well, let's...
Move this forward a bit so that I'm working in a space you guys can see better.
Okay, this was the one that was under construction. So Kiro has said that they actually may be able to fast track the development of the anniversary. So kind of now that we have the issues with Thor squared away, definitely hoping that we can push the US theme map to get completed, you know, certainly before we thought of 2016. Like if there's any way we could get this by fall or winter 2015, I think that would be pretty cool. This is kind of the preview. This is sort of the concept art for what I would want from a Wild West themed town.
That is cool. Did you do this one?
Yeah, I did this during a stream a while
Oh,
back.
cool. Obviously, I need to be on more on top of that. That's actually really cool. Yay, Wild West town.
Yeah. So, actually, let's see how we would. Because another mini game, like who's the fastest hands in the West, I think that would be very cool.
Do you plan on expanding on that, or is that going to be pretty much the whole thing?
Yeah, actually was planning on expanding on that. Let me see if I can find the files that I was working on.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes, it does.
Nice.
So
So this is kind of like the desert area outside of it.
yeah, this would be the field map.
Yeah, I see a couple buttes and things like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, no, I imagine this is what something like Arizona or Texas would look like.
Oh, Texas looks nothing like that. But
You know,
maybe
I
Arizona.
assume, you know,
I'm thinking more, that's more New Mexico.
Ah.
But yeah, no, Texas doesn't have any buttes or anything like that, really. It's just long stretches of nothing for most of it.
Yeah, I have a friend where they are from Texas, and they were very perturbed that I suggested that Texas basically looked like a Team Fortress 2 map in my imagination. I was like, it pretty much just looks like that, right? You know, just like deserts. Oops.
Yeah, there's not really, it's not desert, it's just a lot of like
Really?
grassland. So lots of dry fields of grass. You can get lots and lots of chickers walking out there.
I mean, you know, you guys have got that switchgrass and all that kind of crazy stuff.
But it depends on what area you're in. Certain areas, there's a little bit more topography, but like up where I'm from, Dallas, no. There's nothing, it's pretty featureless.
Just a lot of, you know, soap opera kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've never actually watched that show.
I guess it would just be too real. You'd be like, ah, geez, you know, it's like
I no.
you know, Larry Hagman and you know, Who Shot JR, etc.
Yeah, actually, last time I was there, I've never even been into the book depository, like museum. Maybe you drive past it all the time, like the grassy knoll and stuff. And it's always filled with like tourists, namely from Japan, because Japanese tourists love going there. But yeah, I've never actually been inside it, but we were going around it, and we were showing it to my boyfriend Kevin, and after he was there, he was like, oh, after seeing the distance between the knoll and that building, I can totally see how a person could make that shot. That is not as big as TV makes it out to be. It's not that much distance.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually not, it's I feel like, since it's so legendary, that it's become almost like a mythic event. But if you're actually there, not that impressive. It wouldn't be that complicated of a shot.
Yeah,
it wasn't that far. So, I don't know. I've always been kind of like.
Tell me that you know, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. You know, it matters.
I think if you grow up in a place like that, you just take that kind of stuff for granted, too.
So here's an example of how SketchUp can kind of be a little deceiving. Like, okay, I've made a nice flat, but then, whoops, nope, that totally was not the shape I was anticipating. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have actually seen. Live near the coast.
Oh, are you like near Corpus Christi or like South Padre Island?
Man, I bet the food's great.
Yeah, I do miss food in Texas.
I mean, is Dickey's the closest thing to?
Well, it is a chain there, so yeah. I mean,
Oh.
it's from Texas. So once Dickey's opened up in California,
It's not like the University of Phoenix or something.
But yeah, as soon as they opened up here, I was like, oh, thank God, because barbecue is one of those things.
Barbecue is not famous.
No, I was real disappointed. So I was like, oh God, comfort food. I'm still kind of adjusting to the fact that Mexican food is a little bit different between California and Texas. Tex-Mex is different. So I haven't really found a Tex-Mex place I like here. I've been in California almost 10 years now.
Well, you know, if you ever find yourself out by Monterey Park, there's a place called Mexicatessen where supposedly the original place was founded by a family that had come from Texas.
Okay.
And so, you know, they have like, you know, red burritos, green burritos, all that good stuff.
Yeah, because the peppers that people use in food here, it's a little bit different. I don't know enough about cooking to know why it tastes different, but the pepper, the seasoning and the flavoring is different, and there's a lot less cheese here.
What?
Oh my God, yeah.
There's a place with more cheese?
Yes. Significantly more cheese.
That sounds great.
You have to understand, instead of you getting a bowl of salsa with chips at the table, in Texas, they bring you a bowl of queso, which is just cheese.
It's cheese dip.
It's cheese dip, yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, so your meal starts with cheese and continues with that theme throughout the entirety of it. In fact, it's really hard to find an item besides like maybe like tamales or fajitas that doesn't involve it.
No, that sounds absolutely great.
Yeah, I am always missing my Tex-Mex. Thank goodness there's Dickey's here, so I don't have to miss barbecue anymore. So there's a lot of Louisiana style here. That's what I've noticed. Not the same.
Yeah, and I think it's just like depending on where like the people who are making the food, like, you know, what part of Mexico they're from. Like we do have a lot of Guatemalan cuisine here.
Yeah.
We have from Oaxaca, sort of like different regions of Mexico.
Yeah, there's more variety definitely in the types of Mexican food you can get here. And Tex-Mex is really its own thing because it's, I mean, Texas used to be part of Mexico. And Texas is, well, it's Texas, so we do everything a little bit different, I guess.
Well, everything's bigger, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, actually, because there's just a lot of space there. But it looks like the best GF saying near Galveston. That's cool.
Oh.
Galveston's awesome.
What kind of food is
And that
Galveston be known for?
Galveston be known for? I don't know if there's like specific things that we'd be known for by city. It's not, I'd say Texas isn't like California in the sense of, you know how like San Francisco is so different from LA?
Mm-hmm.
Texas is kind of, there's not as much like regional difference. We're all kind of the same.
What about Austin though?
Well, Austin is weird. It's our weird little city.
They're proud of it too.
Yeah, no, their slogan is "Keep Austin Weird."
Which I feel like Portland has the same slogan.
It's kind of like the same sort
of.
of.
It's kind of like the Portland of Texas, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely different industries that have built up in different cities. Houston's really big for tech. Dallas is really big for its shopping malls.
Hey, you gotta have something.
It's like shopping mecca for the South.
Well, I mean, you got the Mall of America in Minnesota, and in California we've got a bunch of crazy outlets and stuff like that. I don't know if they have outlet malls in other parts of the U.S.
Oh, I'm sure they've got it because they
gotta
have
get rid of their junky stuff somewhere.
Well, the weird thing is when I worked retail, a lot of the companies had made a switch where the stuff that they were selling at the outlet malls was specifically made for the outlet.
That's kind of nicer.
Well, yes and no. It was actually lower quality in a lot of cases, but still had the same label. And instead of it being stuff that didn't sell in the store, they were manufacturing it just to a cheaper quality and selling it. Because I know that some of the retailers I worked for did that, and that's pretty common. And you can actually, when we'd have returns, there was markers on the tags, on the label of the clothing that would have 1 star or 2 stars hidden on it, so that we'd know okay, this one is actually from an outlet store. So even if they came without the tags on it, we'd know this didn't come from one of the actual stores, it came from the outlet, so we wouldn't.
Nice try.
Yeah. It's tricky retail stuff.
Well, so. I mean, stopping shrinkage and not getting scammed is such a big part of retail.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So many scammy people come through the doors of those malls. There were a lot of times when security would bust up some lady who'd gone in with a stroller and stolen $2 grand worth of clothes, and then they'd go around to each store being yeah, we have about 5 pieces of your merchandise in her stroller. Yeah, strollers were the big thing. That, and they would use these shopping bags lined with foil. So we were trained to look for bags that looked like they were from Christmas or from a different season, and they changed the bags per season so that you'd know, okay, that person is suspicious. They probably have a foil-lined bag so they can get past the sensors.
Oh!
Yeah. Stories of work in retail. Right. People are smart. People will figure it out. As soon as you figure out a way to counter them, they will find a way to get around it, so.
Oh, interesting. Nirvana 21 is right. I think I remember them mentioning before that they are from New Zealand.
Yeah. You're getting Hooters in New Zealand. Well, congratulations. Actually, Dallas just got the Tallywhackers, which is a men's version of Hooters, where it's men in booty shorts and tight shirts.
As long as you know what, that is fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's gonna do really well because actually Texas has a really great gay scene in Dallas, so I think that's their main market. But it looks like it's gonna do well.
I mean, the name that's pretty good.
Tallywhackers.
Yeah, that just sounds like I feel like I don't know what that word means, but I think that's fine.
It definitely is an innuendo.
I hope so. Otherwise, it's well, I mean, then you end up with a situation where it's just boobies from
from Space Dandy.
From Space Dandy. Yeah.
Boobies. I love the way he says it. Yeah, boobies. It cracks me up. I love that. That ended up being a good show. Just a little bit. Some of the episodes are a little bit too drug trippy.
Yeah.
Got a little weird. But still fun.
I'm sure it was a lot of fun to make.
Oh, definitely. It's got that throwback to Lupin and Bebop and that whole thing going on. So it was a fun show.
And hey, if it keeps him from making Puni Poemi to it, I'm not a problem with that. That was the one show that we showed at Anime Club where oh no, we cannot show any more of this episode. We need to turn this off because if anyone sees
we're in so much trouble,
this club will be canceled.
Super canceled. Nice. Okay, so I made the little arm guards for this a little too big. My arms are not as big as I thought they were, but you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here.
Well, it's very cool. You could really give somebody a good roller derby elbow or something.
Yeah. or prevent myself from bumping into things and hurting myself like I tend to do when I haven't had enough caffeine. Just wear these around the house. So yeah, I just need to shorten this a tad bit. Yeah, so the best girlfriend ever wants to go to Tallywhackers. You totally should. Google it. They have pictures of it up online already. If you're in the Dallas area, you should go there. Take pictures.
Now, is it a uniquely... Oh, that is green. My eyesight is not good.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, Oda may be a little colorblind. That's cool. It's just like green, brown, red, dark purple, and dark blue. Sometimes have a little trouble with those.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common. But I don't know. I'm not colorblind. Oh, come on. Googling it is safe. Just put safe search on. You guys have Googled worse. Come on.
Safe search should always be on.
Yeah, don't ever go anywhere on Google without it.
That'll work.
No.
There's a reason why I don't really do much with the Tumblr anymore.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's like, hey, cool, you got lots of photo retros. Oh, just nude pictures from the 1960s. Real cool, my man. Real cool.
I had to unfollow people because of that. Also on Facebook, because some of my friends, they'll post some kind of ecchi stuff. Because I have a lot of anime fans on my friends list.
Anime fans do.
And sometimes, the art gets a little bit racy, so I'm like, I'm gonna get in some trouble. Although here, everyone would kind of understand. It's not like we're working at a bank or something.
Some people.
Yeah. Some of the people in the office might be like, hey, can you share that with me? Pass it around. Let's see. What are the three corners here for? For the screens, we're doing different crafting things. We're kind of showing off some of our different employee talents, I guess. Over in the corner with the drawing, that one's JelloShaker. She is drawing up a t-shirt actually for the employees here, and it's gonna feature each of the different games that WarpPortal has. So we've got that stream going on.
Yeah, it's gonna have kind of characters that are representative of each game kind of running around, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, and then Oda's working on a new map concept for Ragnarok Online for the Wild West town in SketchUp.
Yeah, so what had happened with the anniversary stuff is that, we had originally sent this over earlier in the year, like, hey, Caro, can you make this for our anniversary? And they said, well, the stuff that you sent over is actually a little too elaborate for an anniversary quest. So what if we actually made this into a full-scale expansion, much like Port Malaya for the Philippines? And so we said, sure. And so, we've kind of been sending information over to them and working on stuff like this. But just in the last couple weeks, they said that they might actually be able to expedite the creation of this. We originally were told that it would be maybe like next year sometime when this would get made, which, it's a pretty big map, a pretty big project. You can kind of understand it taking a bit to make.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Alshram says my employee talent is tying people up and spanking them for money.
Well, everyone's gotta make their money somehow.
Well, that's one of the most amusing things about architecture school. I had a
where is this going?
One of the guys who was in the program, that was BDSM.
Yeah.
So that was his thing, and he actually didn't spend a lot of time on his building homework. He was a pretty smart guy, and he had already worked in construction. So he actually started sewing like I guess bondage furniture, and like he actually manufactured, and he was going to conventions and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so it was really like, listen, like this guy probably doesn't need architecture school at this point. Like he's kind of like found his niche, and it was like he did a really good job of building it, and all of us were like, man, that's very elaborate.
Some dedication.
We're just making like community centers and stuff. You're making the spanking couches. So, you may see some of his work.
You may be a fan.
You may be sitting on it right now. Who knows? We don't judge.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Exactly. You may be in a boat that he's made. I don't know. Some sort of spanking boat. It's what if you want to, practice on the high seas? I mean, what, you're going to stop at land? Forget it.
I might be dying. Yep. Aren't you glad you guys tuned in?
I hope there's laughter occurring outside and not just like people dying. Strangely, a lot of the people I work with at my other office are actually engineers and architects.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Oh man, this stream went great places. Alright, so I'm gonna work on the upper arm part since I got the lower, like the elbow stuff done. So I'm gonna start working on this part here. This stream better do really well on YouTube later. I'm just saying, after that whole story.
Yeah, we'll have a highlight reel
with spanking chairs.
If the professor could make a spanking machine on Gilligan's Island, I think that's this is American as apple pie.
Yep.
Nyor says the next stream should be 8 streams.
Yes, but we'll have to recruit more of you guys to do your special talents. So
actually, that actually would be pretty cool. You guys may not know this about Camp Tour, but he's a really good painter.
Yeah, we definitely want to have him on the stream sometime, showing us how to do little figurine painting.
Yeah, like Helium is he's a musician. He creates like synthesized music and stuff like that. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, actually we have a couple people in the office who do music. So
that is true.
Ezra does as well. So
Ezra does, and he's we've got some excellent singers as well.
That would not be me.
Just let's put on some Enka.
That would be great. Yeah, Nyor's talent is looking up reaction gifs. That is a true story.
He is very fast.
Yeah, that is very true.
Troubling.
We're always waiting for it. Alright. So, my special talent is making things out of fabric, I guess? Fabric and craft foam.
I mean, that's a heck of a thing. Like, creating stuff in 3D is such a different experience.
Yeah, but in some ways I think it's a little bit easier because you've got like immediate feedback. So it is pretty intuitive for me, but I did start sewing many years ago.
Sewing is an awesome talent.
It's actually mostly the machine. A lot of people end up thinking that they are really terrible at sewing, and it's really that they're just working on a terrible machine. Because really, if you can drive a car, you can operate a sewing machine. So, I know not...
And if you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
But it honestly isn't that difficult. It's just that a lot of people start off with really cheap sewing machines. And so if you're working on like a $200 machine, like a Singer you got at Walmart, the thread tension on that thing's not going to be very good, and it's going to make everything a lot harder
Well, what is a thread tension? What does that mean?
Thread tension is really critical to sewing in general. With a sewing machine, like mine's all digital now, so it sets it through technology. But on traditional machines, you have knobs that you turn to set thread tension. And with a machine that's really cheap, the thread tension is always loose or always too tight. Sometimes a combination of both, or like the feed dog, which is the piece of machinery that moves the fabric under the foot, won't really be synced up well, and it's just a manufacturing problem that they're just not made very, very well. And if you have a machine like that where the thread tension's always off, no matter how much you adjust it and how much time you spend practicing, you're always going to get like bunched up fabric, snapping thread, puckering seams. It's going to be harder to do curves. It's going to be harder to do everything basically. So you'll get like that. If you've ever tried to sew and then you look at the underside of the fabric and there's a whole bunch of loops, that's because the thread tension's messed up. So because there's tension for the top thread and your bobbin, and it has to do with how it's looping in with the bobbin, and yeah, I don't know how to go into it without sounding.
I kind of think it would be super cool if you actually, like, that might be kind of too elaborate to bring in or something. But,
to bring in a sewing machine?
But that would otherwise be pretty cool to get like hey, this is actually how it works.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like my machine, I wouldn't be able to do that on because I have the digital brother machine. That it's an embroidery machine, so it handles a lot of that. I can't actually open it up and tinker with it like you can a traditional sewing machine. It has to be all maintained by a technician. Oh wow. Yeah, so it's a little bit. Yeah, it is, but it's harder for you to maintain it yourself. If you have a more normal sewing machine, you can open it up and show how everything works.
Or maybe not like how everything works so much as like just showing you operating it. I think that
like the basics.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean, my machine really would be kind of crappy for that too, though. My machine is like spoiling the crap out of me because everything's a button. Instead of me having to do everything the normal way with sewing machines, it's a button. I just press buttons and it does it. So. Yeah, Ashram's saying that whatever JelloShaker's making is really cute. That is going to be for our t-shirts. She's making us a t-shirt design for the company. It's going to have like all the different characters from different games running past together. So, it is adorable. I actually really like the one drawing that she has for Rose. We should show that on the next stream.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that, oh
you
my
guys
gosh,
have to watch all
so
the
cute.
streams to get.
Ashram seems to really like the pouring t-shirts. We'll have to let her know.
I better see a sale of that shirt.
You better buy one and take a
minutes.
picture of yourself and send it to us.
Actually, we are going to be giving away like, maybe like a small thing for people who purchase a shirt and then either post it up on our forums
or like social media, tweet it,
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, share it with us there.
So yeah, if you buy our shirt, make sure to get that stuff posted up, and we'll give you a little thank you for helping to spread the word. And we'll use your image in all of our marketing stuff. But yeah, it's been very cool, like getting the merchandising stuff on our way. It was a huge bummer last year to have the issues with production and shipping that we did. It was not the like, hey, this is awesome. It was more like, oh, geez. So I was about to say Crunchyroll, which I'd love to work with Crunchyroll.
Actually, we need to do some stuff with their gaming people because they are cool.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I'll see what I can do.
We can play some Round 1/2 on the SNES. We can do all kinds of stuff.
Well, they have their own gaming section now too, so it's kind of like gaming news and stuff like that. They're getting into that, so just have to book some friends.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to work on is Skype stuff, or being able to have people actually write sorry, not write. What am I talking about? I'm getting distracted here. Have people be able to call in and stuff like that. People who we know are cool. I think. Let me stress that.
Yeah.
So if you're cool.
So Alligator wants to know what the size of your head circumference is, and it's totally not an awkward question at all, and it's purely for science reasons. So do you need your head circumference measured?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna find out. I actually have a tape measure here, so good time to ask.
We'll get right close to the microphone so you can you
can hear
right
the tape
there.
measure. It looks like loud. Dude, you got a big head.
I know.
That's like 24. Jeez. Although I may not have done that right. Actually, let me.
I mean, I have a lot of hair, but
okay.
I do have a big head.
Yeah, let me make sure I did this right. 'Cause holy crap, dude. No, you really do have just a giant head. It's 24 inches.
Oh, God.
It's okay. I have actually a really abnormally small head, so.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Which is really great when people tell you that, because, it's the internet. So I had some guy contact me on my Facebook page just to let me know that he really liked my costume, but my head was just too small. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get right on that, fixing that.
Yeah, usually I wear like a large or extra large
hat, yeah. But yeah, 24 inches. There you go, Allie. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
That is quite the battle, though.
I think you're gonna get a hat in the mail.
I will wear it. I'm not.
I don't want this to be curved. What happened?
Everything gets a little bit weird when it's sort of things that are intersecting in weird ways with angles. So yeah, I'm just going to leave those as lines. So this is sort of my concept for the Indigenous Peoples Village. Something that would be,
Oh, okay. So something like.
Navajo,
all right.
Hogans, I think.
I feel really bad because I don't know. I took a whole semester of Native American art and I can't remember any of it now.
You did Native American art.
Well, no, we covered a lot of that too.
Oh, well then.
Because honestly,
then.
Yeah. A lot of that last year of college is just kind of like a blur.
Oh, last year of college is really like, listen, I got other things to worry about.
Yeah, I've got like so much stuff going on. Let's just pass these classes and get the F out. Yeah, there's a word for...
Can I get the front to back and side to side measurements as well? Are you going to clone me? Is this what's happening here?
What do you mean the front to back and side to side measurements? Because generally what you need for a head measurement is just going to be what is the circumference.
So
do you mean like across the cranium? From like ear to ear?
See, the from ear to ear thing always scares me because there's only one context in which someone gets from ear to ear, and that's usually slit,
Yeah. This is a really weird way of threatening you.
Ear, yeah.
Hard-brimmed cylinder-shaped hat.
Oh. Well, they are totally not making that though.
Well, hard-brimmed cylinder-shaped hat.
I mean, I guess that would be like a Lincoln type hat or something.
Are you working off of a pattern alley?
But I mean, actually, in game, there kind of is a precedent for sort of Old West kind of stuff.
I don't want to do it this way. I've changed my mind about how I want to do this. Make a smaller mock-up and then do that.
So there actually is precedent for some of this Old West stuff
Okay.
that we have in RO. So let me. I just need to see if I can remember what the heck map it was.
Yeah. It would be an extra large in hat sizes, Allie. You definitely would want to go with a There's inconsistency from this side to this side too. Man, I'm not even sure what they really want there.
But there actually is a map in Geffen that has, not this one. It actually has a covered wagon and a wigwam. There's a lot of fields in Geffen. Yeah, I think this is the one.
Oh, okay. So you're just going to use the teepees?
Well,
and the wagon?
It's kind of like, you know, it's sort of like the most, like, stereotypical, like, Native American, like, well, this is Old West, you got covered wagons, you got teepees. But, well, if you're... It would be something that has a tie to the existing RO universe, and it would save the development team some time. But
I'm wondering if it would benefit you to research regionally where you want this thematically to be, since you've got like kind of
it's a pastiche, you know.
Okay.
Certainly not, you know, accurate to any specific place.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess all of the sort of world towns have been like that. Like it'll be sort of like part Shinto shrine, part you know, all this other stuff. In Matsu, in our Japan town. But I guess generally I'd say that I made this to look kind of like my idea of Arizona or something like that.
Yeah, I think that does look more like Southwest. So. Yeah. You might be better off making Adobe style stuff.
Yeah, or you know, even like the pueblos.
Yeah.
Sort of set into the mountains, like that is.
That'd be kind of cool.
A cool option that you don't see in a ton of games.
No, not really. That would be cool. You could have some pueblos that you could explore.
I mean, I actually would like to see a game that takes place in like. in these kind of like areas of the Southwest. One of my dad's favorite detective series is it takes place at a Navajo reservation, I think. Was Hopi, Navajo. There's kind of a lot of the tribes of the Southwest, and there's kind of like a lot of cool cultural stuff that gets mentioned in those books.
I just do not know what I want to do with this. This arm makes it look flat and this arm makes it look raised. Flat is obviously easier, but easier isn't necessarily better. This is the problem with references.
Well, you know,
every costume reference I have this problem. I'm having this problem with even the most simple things that I'm working on right now. It's just how it goes.
Well, and sometimes it's kind of like you need to make a concession for wearability.
Yeah.
You know, these guys weren't thinking of it being something that you wear.
I'm thinking if it's something that I'm going towards what's gonna look better when worn, it's flat. Flat would be better because it's under a short like cape cloak part, and if it's got this weird bulge, it's gonna make me look like I've got some mutated biceps. So that might change everything.
You know, you could do like a mashup, like Toxic Avenger, Ragnarok mashup kind of thing. I think that'd be kind of fun.
So I'll just do like something simple.
Yeah, simplicity is great. So you can kind of see, this is a little bit of like this this map that I wanted to have kind of fun points of interest. You sort of have the rail line coming in from the east, which connects to your Wild West town here. You know, you have these mesas that you'll be kind of fighting in and around. A pathway up to the native Midgardian, sort of your Indian village, I guess you would say. Let's try it. Nope, that just makes, that took out the bottom. That was a bad idea. But, you know, I thought that, you know, any kind of story of the Southwest would, you know, it would not be complete.
Well, I think it helps if maybe it's not completely literal and true to life here, because it's still a fantasy game, so having it be a little bit whimsical probably helps it.
I mean, my original idea was that it would be extremely high-tech, like steampunk, like Native Americans. Kind of like in Warhammer, they have the Tau, where this kind of like very anime-inspired, you know, high-tech rival group.
You just decided to go a little bit more traditional.
No, I would still like to do that. Like, I kind of pulled back on stuff because we were hoping to get it made, you know, in time for the anniversary. I guess now, you know, we can
do what you want.
A little crazy. Yeah, if we can have something that kind of reflects the adventure and the culture of the old United States, I think that would be fun. I think that would be what you'd want in a theme town. And I'm actually looking forward to hopefully getting to go to one of our California ghost towns.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna go up north?
The one that I'm thinking of, it's Bodie, I think that might be
Bodie.
But there's a number of them in California, not too far from here.
Oh, so it's a Southern California one? Because I've only been to the ones up in Northern California, and they're kind of touristy at this point. But I didn't know that there were ones. I guess it makes sense that there are down here as well.
Calico, I think, is the name of it. So that's no, it's berry farm. That's not quite authentic.
Oh. Where is this? This is cool.
I guess it's just like here's Los Angeles, and then it's just kind of up here, like
on the way to Vegas.
On the way to Vegas, I guess.
Huh. Way past Riverside. Oh, that's pretty far out. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like Prim is up to the north.
Oh, it's that Zizix town that's famous for having a weird name.
Oh.
Scroll over a bit. Back that way. See? ZZYZ ZX.
You know, you gotta do what you can to make yourself known, you know?
Yep. Get yourself put on the map. A really weird name. Yep.
But, yeah, you know, I think it'll be a lot of fun to
that'd be cool.
Research and stuff for that. Speaking of tourism, when's the next destination Ragnarok?
Good question.
Well, I need to write the script for that, but the next one will be for Amatsu, I think.
Yeah.
There's a number of sort of Japan culture, architecture, and gardens areas here in Southern California, and yeah, I just need to write up a script so we can start the shooting stuff. But I think I've got a pass to get into the Huntington Library.
Mine won't expire until, I want to say, another month. So.
Okay, so we can't wait too terribly.
Yeah, let me check on that. I'll see when it expires. Hopefully it hasn't already.
But, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to filming that. We've got all the new equipment from E3.
Yeah.
That we'll be able to play around with. And, yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And so if you guys, well, I mean, it's a little tougher to take recommendations because it's just whatever we have in California.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys know of a place in California that really reminds you of something in Ragnarok, let us know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Ontario Castle is very much like Disneyland, so I think we could get a crew of people from the office over there.
Are they going to pay for us to get in there? Because there's no way I'm paying to go into Disneyland. That is
I think
arm and a leg.
I think we could make that purchase order request.
I think they're going to go, nope. Like, are you really going there to film, or do you just want to ride on the teacups ride?
You know, the Harry Potter experience is very much like Geffen, the Magic City.
Yep, that is exactly, yep. We need to do that. That's not going to be open for a while, is it?
Harry Potter? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be open for a little while.
Crispy Lays says, I love the Huntington Library. I hate the desert portion, though. It's hot for some... Well, I think it's all the sand just reflecting the sun up.
The cactus area, yeah.
It's not anyone's favorite part of it.
Actually, I do like it because it reminds me of being somewhere that's almost like a different planet. It's the cactus and stuff that grows in the desert. It's so alien. And
that is true.
Because it's all condensed.
To live in that hostile environment.
And some of it, they've got some weird tropical stuff mixed in there too. So with all of it just crammed into a small space, you walk through there and you feel like this would be a set from some 60s movie about aliens on Mars kind of thing. So I enjoy it for that reason. But if you go during a very sunny day, you can get a nice sunburn going through that section.
Joshua Tree National Park from Morocco Desert. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'd love if we could find some place that looked Egyptian, you know, because that's definitely the architectural theme. Let's see.
And how far out are we from that?
I mean, actually, this probably isn't all that far from the.
Because it
Oh, actually, maybe no, it totally is. This is a big state, guys.
Yeah. The problem is we got to make sure that we can get there within 2 or 3 hours. Because we have to make it. We have to do it in a work day.
It was kind of pushing it for.
Yeah.
It was definitely pushing it for solving.
Yeah, solving it took us more than a work day. So.
Wow. can't believe people live out there.
Well, I'm sure they have infrastructure.
There's no Uniqlo out in the desert.
I know, that must be hard, not having Uniqlo. Maybe I should squeeze out a bit more.
But yeah, I mean, for Komodo, there's tons of tiki places, or Jawai, that we could hit here. Alberta, we do have ports in Los Angeles. We have Long Beach.
But are they really?
I mean,
buildings?
Shoreline Village is kind of
a little hard to swing.
Look, these are all going to be kind of a stretch.
Hey, I don't know. I thought Solvang was pretty good. We had
pretty on point.
We had some pretty good finds there. I definitely want to go back there just on my own time. It was really pretty.
Venice, you know, that's almost exactly like our town of Alderburgh. There's all kinds of canals. I assume they still have the canals. Actually, they probably have not had canals since the 30s. But
we could go to Vegas and we could film in various different casinos.
Yeah, I mean, the Excalibur is exactly like Frontera.
Right.
You know, it smells like smoke in Frontera, too.
Probably.
You know, there's
and it's a little bit run down and kind of disappointing.
Yeah, there's a really dimly lit steakhouse, and you know, the arcade's not great.
Man, we're not going to get sponsored by them.
I don't think they would.
Yeah, they wouldn't. We're just not making any friends with our critique.
We're just going to talk crap about every Vegas hotel until someone relents and says, okay, we'll let you in. I mean, I guess the Luxor is kind of Egyptian.
It's kind of divey too.
Oh yeah, it's like the Egyptian ruins. Is MGM Grand still on?
It is, but they got rid of the only part that was interesting about it, which was the lions.
Oh, I was gonna say the Star Trek experience.
Oh no, I think that's still there. Oh no, I think it's still there. There's
what?
I think there's like a place. Well, it's been years since I've been there, but I think they had that bar. I think it's still there.
I don't think so. I've only heard of.
I mean, I've seen it, and
it looks like it's been gone since 2011.
Oh, okay, no wonder I haven't been since 2011. It was before that. This was like 2006, I want to say. That was a while ago before I went in there.
Tiki bar in downtown Fullerton.
Oh, yeah?
Actually went to a really good place in Burbank. It's right next to Porto's, which is a really great Cuban place.
That has really famous cakes. Everybody seems to rave about their cakes.
They're fantastic.
So you know what? I did try a Porto's cake, but it was the gluten-free one, so I didn't really get the full experience.
You have to get the gluten added?
Well, yeah, you know, when things don't have gluten, sometimes they're good, but a lot of other times they're just kind of like, well...
I don't think I've really had much that is like gluten-free specifically.
I'm trying to think of something that's... I'm actually surprised by Domino's gluten-free pizzas. They're not that bad.
Oh.
They're actually sometimes better than their regular ones.
Do you have a gluten allergy? Or?
No, I don't, no. Kevin does. It's more that he can't have things that are, I guess, fermented, or like fermentation. I don't know. It's something that aggravates it.
Counts for that.
Yeah. So certain things he reacts kind of bad to. So sometimes we get that. Other times to just suffer it and get a regular pizza.
You know, actually, I was totally entertaining the idea of doing a Anime Expo meetup.
Yeah.
And then actually going to a tiki place afterwards.
Well, there's that tiki style bar that's right next to the...
That is gone now.
Oh, they got rid of it?
Yeah, Trader Vic's is gone.
Yeah, it's gone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like
I ate there all the time.
The food was alright.
Yeah, it
but
wasn't
the drinks
bad.
were good.
I mean, they had it was weird that they had the two different sections, like the commoners section and the rich people section.
Mm-hmm. That's very lame, though.
Yeah, I ate in both of them, and I mean, I never had any complaints about either section.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people didn't like it. Maybe I just got lucky. I went there when they were on their A game.
Yeah, I was disappointed because there were a few people in there, but
that's got to be expensive to keep a restaurant there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, people. No. Palapas is still there. I'm talking about the place in downtown LA.
Yeah, there was this tiki bar that was near LA Live.
Yeah, it's Crater Vixen.
Yeah, that sounds like that one's gone. Man, of all the places I wanted to go away, that would not have been the one. I mean, not that it was like the best thing in the world. It was just.
We've got a lounge at, let's see, Beverly Hilton. But that's not super close to the convention center.
I don't know if it's big enough for us to really film there anyways, since it's just a restaurant.
I mean, for places to actually...
We kind of need like something that's outdoors, that's more like a whole themed area.
Which we could do. There's a place in... in Huntington Beach, they have a great tiki place. But this is a place that I went to this last weekend, and they had some really good food.
This is all just going to become an elaborate way for Oda to go to a tiki bar.
Yeah, this place was really a lot of fun. It's got a lot of authentic, at least circa the 1970s, tiki stuff around. But yeah. I'll probably be putting up a post pretty soon asking if people are able to make it out to Los Angeles for Anime Expo, or at least make it out to downtown LA. We'll probably be doing some kind of meetup, possibly Saturday. So depending on when people are going to be there, I think that would be fun to do something like that.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to make it.
Does this get automatically put up on YouTube, or?
We have to port it over. It's pretty easy though.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll go up on YouTube.
I will probably jump out.
Okay.
So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Are you going to continue streaming? Or?
We can wrap it up. I mean, I've got most of the parts made that I was intending to get done today. So, got like this part for the here, and then I worked on this last time, and then this upper part, I'm starting to work on that.
Yeah, it's really taking shape. That's pretty cool.
So eventually, once I'm done with this part, I'll do the breastplate probably at home on my own live stream, and then I'll bring the pattern pieces in here and start working with craft foam, building the base. So. Are
you going to tweet at Play Ragnarok when you do the stream?
Oh yeah, when I'm going to do. Right now on my live stream, I'm working on something for Metal Gear. When I'm done with that, then I'll start working on the breastplate for this. Just because I have my mannequin at work, or not at work. I'm sorry. I'm not going to bring my mannequin to work. I'm gonna work at that at home. I can't talk now. It's an obvious sign that we need to wrap up because
you're clouded by Metal Gear.
Yeah, you know, it's just
the nano machine.
But yeah, I will be streaming that eventually. So.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know if you guys want to tune in on a Sunday when I'm doing the more elaborate stuff for this on my own time. So. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. So next week we're going to have stuff from E3.
Yep.
And so that'll be a lot of fun. We'll try to cut it as soon as we can.
That way we can show it on here and also have it up on YouTube.
Absolutely. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll have our regular maintenances and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye-bye.